Most businesses are sitting on a gold mine they don't even know about. And it's not in your ad account, it's not in your new traffic, it's already in your CRM. Thousands of old leads just sitting there doing nothing. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can turn those old unconverted leads into new booked calls and new sales without an extra dollar spent on ads. Here's the thing, most businesses think they need more leads to grow. They keep increasing their ad budgets, tweaking their landing pages, and hiring more agencies, but when you open their CRM, it's just a graveyard, filled with thousands of people who inquired, maybe even replied, but never got followed up properly. Those aren't bad leads, they're just forgotten ones. You've already paid for that attention, and now it's just sitting there, uncontacted, unconverted, and costing you thousands every single month in wasted spend. Okay, think about it. If you generated 1,000 leads a month and 70% of them never converted, that's 700 once interested leads just sitting there. Database reactivation is about unlocking that. It's about getting more revenue out of what you already paid for, because new leads cost money. Reactivating old ones costs almost nothing, and it's faster. Now, there's a few approaches that you can go with for DBR. There's SMS, there's email, and there's phone call. Now, with email, you have a 20% open rate. With phone call, you have a 15 to 25% pickup rate. And with SMS, you have a 98% open rate. So we go with SMS. It not only gets in front of more people, but it also gets a higher reply rate. And it's not as pushy as a phone call. It's not automation, it's not spam, and it's not blasting a list. It's a structured way of re-engaging people who already knew about you, using conversational, personalized outreach. Think of it like a friendly check-in, not a cold pitch. You're not trying to convince strangers, you're reminding warm prospects why they had inquired in the first place. So let's break down how to do this. This is the 3-step framework that drives all effective DBR campaigns. And remember, step 3 is the one that makes the biggest difference, and I'll show you how to implement it today. So we start off by pulling a list, collating a list of everyone who inquired but never booked. Don't overthink the date. It can be 30 days, it can be 3 months, even 2 years. It doesn't really matter. These people, they once showed intent, they just never converted into sales. Step 2. Next is to segment. So grouping the leads based on what they were interested in. Now, they'll look different, obviously, to these in your CRM or whatever tags or ways of segmenting your leads that you usually do. But essentially, someone who asked about refinancing should get a different message than someone who asked about insurance, or someone who inquired about a roof restoration should get a different message to someone who inquired about getting a new roof in general. Okay, step 3. And this is basically where it all comes together. So we don't want to be using a, hey, are you ready to buy? Hey, just reaching back out. Definitely just no generic templates and no sending offers on the first message. Basically, read your message. Does it look like you would respond to it? If yes, then that's a pretty decent message. You just don't want it to look salesy. You don't want it to look templated like it was automated, sent to 1,000 people. You want it to look as personal as possible, like Sarah or Bianca or whoever your admin staff is genuinely reached out to the leads individually and is genuinely trying to reactivate them, re-engage them, get them talking, and see if there's some intent still there. So we need to sound helpful and as low pressure as possible. So something like, hey, it's your name from company name. Is this the same contact name that was looking at service back in time frame? See all of those different custom fields? Every single custom field just adds more personalization, because every single person should have a different message sent to every person. It should use the same structure and framework, but every message should be slightly different because everyone's inquiry would have been different, everyone's name would have been different, and and so on. So let's break it down. Hey, it's your name from your company. Okay, we got to start human. It can't be corporate. You're reminding them you're a real person. It's not a bot, and it's not a blast message. Is this contact name, or is this the same contact name? This triggers recognition. It makes them pause because you're treating them like an individual, not just another lead. And that was looking at service back in time frame. This is key. It gives context. It jogs their memory. You're not cold messaging. You're continuing a conversation they had already started. So together, these 3 parts, they make the message feel natural, relevant, and personal. No offers, no pressure, none of that stuff. Just a human check-in that reopens the door. So when you do this right, that one line alone, this one message alone, it can re-engage 20 to 40% of your old database. So if you're sending out 100 messages or 1,000 messages, you can expect between 20 and 40 people responding out of the 100 messages. Because at the end of the day, like the truth is, most leads don't go cold; they just go quiet. Just as an example, we ran this exact process for one of our clients recently, and as you can see, 30 were booked calls. All of these are either people wanting to speak to someone right now or booking a call for another time. And if we just go to the dashboard real quick, you'll probably see the numbers here. So we got about a 35% response rate. 10% were almost 10% were qualified, trying to find a time. Almost 10% booked a call, and then almost 10% did a call now. So, and that was out of 219 leads. So these were like leads up to a year old. We took them basically, put them through a database reactivation process, sent them that one message. 35% responded to that first message, and 30 out of the 219 ended up booking a call, which it may sound low, but imagine, these were year-old leads just sitting there doing nothing. They could have gone to a competitor. They could have never reached out again. If we didn't reach out to them, that's 30 booked calls or 30 potential clients or 30 potential customers that we would never have had. Now, imagine this prospect right here. I believe they have about a 30%, they have about a 50% conversion rate. Imagine they close another 15 clients out of 30. They're free clients. They didn't have to spend extra on ads. They didn't have to do any of that stuff. So here's what you can do today. Step 1, go into your CRM and pull every lead older than 30 days that didn't convert into a sale. Step 2, write a short conversational message. Something like, hey, it's name from company name. Is this the same name that was interested in service back in timeframe? Step 3, send it to every unconverted lead in your database, and you'll be surprised how many reply, because it's not about spamming. It's about reconnecting with intent that's already there. So before you spend another cent on ads, just fix this first. Your next 10, 50, or 100K could already be sitting in your database. If you'd like, we can take a quick look at your numbers, see what could be reactivated, and show you how you can do it yourself, or we could do it for you. The link's in the description. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't need more leads. You just need to wake up the ones that you already have.